You know you're up when you hear that roll tide roll.
Roll tide roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things used to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
You leave my mama out of this.
It's crushing Ronald Reagan, and don't y'all forget to pray. A celebrity Bible verse to start your day.
Lord have mercy. Read your Bible.
Giant moon pies and ugly ties and you'll name football bowls. Be sure you end your call with Roll Tide Roll.
Roll Tide Roll.
You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese, you can talk about the way things ought to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ship celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Leave my mama out of this. It's horrible.
Let's talk about the Constitution.
I'm uncomfortable being called baby.
Just don't talk about prostitution or sex
Quit.
or breath,
Cut that out.
testosterone.
Don't send me things to click.
You can talk football, baseball, and eating meat, team parties and bringing up children. You can talk city streets, deadbeats, and the way things probably ain't never gonna be. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
What's the matter with you people?
Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Making songs about my mama. Leave my mama out of this now.
Today, by the power vested in me as governor of the state of Alabama, I hereby grant a full pardon to Cobbler and Gobbler so that they can spend their turkey day enjoying a meal of their own.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. I will return.
Message deleted. Press.
Don't draw conclusions, because if you do, you're going to be wrong. You can draw them if you want and just be wrong. I guess you all don't have any consequences.
This is
for being
WNTM.
wrong.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Watch for a crash with road blockage on North New Warrington Road at North Old Corey Field Road. Also an accident West Fairfield Drive at Mobile Highway. On the Foley Beach Express from Highway 59 to Canal Road, it's an 18-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
This holiday season at AT&T, learn how to get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible iPhone trade-in. Any condition. Requires trade-in of iPhone 14 Pro Max or higher. Excludes iPhone 16e. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. Visit att.com/iPhone for details.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
News Radio 710. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Mobile, Alabama. Buckle up, please. It saves lives.
Message deleted.
Wonderful town, wonderful people, places to go, things to see. My love is Mobile, that's my wonderful town. Beautiful homes, schools and churches, entertainment, places to shop. My heart's in Mobile, that's my wonderful town. Mobile, a center of transportation,
Business and industry set the pace. Mobile's got the Junior Miss celebration, home of Mardi Gras and Senior Bowl game.
Mobile is great to live in and work in.
The climate's ideal for progress, you see. My love is Mobile. That's my wonderful town.
Roll, Tide, roll, Uncle Henry.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. I appreciate very, very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Thank you very much. Once again, here we are together, me and you, trying to figure out what is going on. What's going on in the world around us? Telephone number if you have an answer or a question or just something you want to bring forward, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address if you'd like to send an old-fashioned electronic mail message. Email address Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. Day before Thanksgiving, lots of people running around trying to get to where they want to go, to be with who they want to be tomorrow. And also people getting ready for the people that are showing up, making preparations. I hope everything is going good for you. And if not, going to put you on the prayer list. Already we've had tragic news about these National Guard members, these two guys shot up in Washington, D.C., praying for their families and everybody involved in that horrible, horrible situation. In fact, I've already received a message on that terrible story out of Washington, D.C., where the two National Guard members have been shot. Let me go to the Uncle Henry Show voicemail. Voicemail number available 24/7 is 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show.
Hey, Uncle Henry, Snake Trapper. Hey, man, I just heard the sad news about the two National Guard members that had been shot in Washington, D.C. Uncle Henry, this is a direct result of them seditious six elected officials coming out and pulling that, oh, Lord, I almost cursed, Uncle Henry, which I don't like doing. I almost pulled that bull crap that probably led some idiot out there to think that what they are doing was unconstitutional. Uncle Henry, everyone that has took the oath of office understands that you do defend this country against foreign and domestic. Uncle Henry, they are making idiots out there believe that they're doing the right thing.
And I'm sorry to pause in your point there, Snake Trapper, and I will return to your point. You're talking about the seditious six, the members of Congress that have come out with this video encouraging people to not obey orders from the president. And now I found out today that they've also put up billboards near military bases where the billboards direct members of the military to go to a website where they can learn more about disobeying the orders. This is a very it's not just these six, obviously, very coordinated effort. But it's not just them. Already on MSNBC, some of their commentators were talking about how, well, these National Guardsmen, they're wearing uniforms there, and there are a lot of Americans that may be uncomfortable having these uniformed people walking around in their city. The media also playing along with this. It's getting more and more dangerous as each day goes by. But back to the Snake Trapper's point.
Country against foreign and domestic. Uncle Henry, they are making idiots out there believe that they're doing the right thing. These people in that seditious six needs to be held accountable. They are a direct result. This is the kind of bullshit that happens when you come out like that. Uncle Henry, I am so upset.
I do want the radio listener to know, if you heard it sound odd, I did have to use the bleep button. We don't call it the bleep button, but I had to, that's what I call it. And Snake Trapper, you are forgiven for me needing to hit the bleep button.
Now you got two young service members that is probably fighting for their life because of idiot elected officials. Let's see if either one of them six calls the parents of these National Guard members and face their parents. They need to, Uncle Henry. It's sad. But my prayers are with them, Uncle Henry. And God help this nation, because we surely need it. I'm just upset right now, brother. You have a good day.
Snake Trapper, thank you for your message. A lot of people very upset about all of this. Again, if you'd like to call, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Or you can leave a voicemail like Snake Trapper did, 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. Yeah, this the fact that they made that video, then they made the rounds on television defending their point. Now there's billboards up and websites up, and this has happened right before Thanksgiving. It does. I have no knowledge other than speculatory knowledge, but it sure does. It feels like very coordinated is what it feels like. Let's hope that there's not more of this in the days and weeks to come. But over the weekend, I know a lot of us are going to be praying for the National Guardsmen and their families that have been shot. And we also need to continue to pray for all that serve in the military and all of our elected leaders, including the ones that have made that horrible, horrible video. There's more to come. Uncle Henry's Show continues here on this Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. If you want to listen to previous Uncle Henry shows, they are available as podcasts at newsradio710.com or on the iHeartRadio app. Back after the break.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
And watch for a crash with road blockage on North New Warrington Road at North Old Corey Field Road. Also an accident West Fairfield Drive at Mobile Highway. On the Foley Beach Express from Highway 59 to Canal Road, it's an 18-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking on YouTube. I'm surprised anybody is looking today, with it being the day before Thanksgiving and people making their final preparations for Thanksgiving. Hello to Bama Big Man, the Moon Fairy. Oh, Moon Fairy is in Rising Fawn, Georgia? Well, I'd like to know more about it. I've never heard of that, Rising Fawn, Georgia. Hello to the Love Freak, Sharon of Fairhope, Larry Morting, J.D., Spencer Smith and the Spencer Smith family. Thank you for looking in. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone looking in on the YouTube. There is no bleep button for YouTube. The bleep button only works for the radio broadcast. And roll tide, roll to you, Bama Big Man. Maybe we'll get, maybe someone will call about the Iron Bowl on the program if callers ever appear on this type of a show. It is it's the day before Thanksgiving. People are out of their regular schedules, so I don't know that I'll get a whiff of a call. But you never know. I've already received voicemails today. Let's see, what can I tell you about while waiting to go back on the radio? You know, I like to look in the weird news file. There was a trail cam swiped and stolen in Vicksburg, Mississippi. The thief who stole the trail cam didn't realize it was still active and recording his movements over the course of several days. And they say that so far they have witnessed drug interactions on the trail cam that could lead to multiple arrests. So some idiot stole a camera and just left it on as they went out committing other crimes. So that's our dumb crook story. There's a man in Italy, 56-year-old man. His mama passed away, and he didn't let the authorities know about it. Allegedly, the man in Italy, the 56-year-old man in Italy, instead of calling the authorities about his mama passing away, he kept her mummified corpse in their family home, and he went and got a bunch of her clothes and dressed up to look like a woman. And he apparently looked enough like his mother when he put on a dress and makeup that he went down and renewed her government ID so that he can continue to get her pension money. And this went on for about 3 years before they caught him. So for about 3 years, right, back on the radio here in about 40 seconds. Also saw a couple of Americans have been fined $10,000 up in Ontario because they shot a moose from a boat. Against the law.
We discuss the Civil War within conservatism, as well as the emergence of a new America-only movement and the figures leading the charge. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
It says the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:20. We have news headlines coming up for you in 10 minutes. Telephone number, if you'd like to call the show, is 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. And let's see, I've got another voicemail I want to share with you. Let me go to the Uncle Henry Show voicemail.
Hey, it's Pat Nelly. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Are you ready for that Alabama game?
Yeah, by the way, pausing there, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Now, I've already had, I think it was 2 days ago, we had 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley call in and say that he was predicting an Alabama loss, which was, I don't know that 68-year-old Chris has ever called in and predicted an Alabama loss. All right, and I hope I didn't get that wrong. But anyway, I'm still feel like Alabama will handle Auburn, even though people consider it spooky playing the Iron Bowl in Jordan-Hare Stadium. I still put me down as thinking Alabama will handle Auburn with a victory. But back to Pat Nelly, or someone claiming to be Pat Nelly. Back to his voicemail.
I am. Hey, listen. I'm sure you have seen in the news about these Democrats making this video urging our soldiers to defy Donald Trump's orders. It just, I'm speechless. I mean, what level are these people going to or lower themselves to? This man is a retired, high-ranking military official. I can't get my mind around this.
And again, I'm pausing just to mention that, yeah, I saw earlier today, there's already billboards up near some military bases instructing military people where to go to a website to learn more about defying orders and when you can do this. This is not just these 6 people. There's a game plan here. This wasn't just 6 people trying to stir something up. They've got some outcome in mind.
So I know why they float these things out there, because they're hoping for some lunatic that will pick up on this message and start attacking our military or some.
I'm sorry to pause again. I just want to let you know that this was phoned in Tuesday of this week. What's today, Wednesday? This was phoned in over 24 hours ago. Pat Nelly calling in, or someone claiming to be Pat Nelly, talking about the possibility of people picking up on that message and start attacking our military. Less than 24, well, it was about 24 hours ago, and now we're already dealing with this situation, or we're wondering if we're dealing with this situation, Pat Nelly.
I can't get my mind around this. So I know why they float these things out there, because they're hoping for some lunatic that will pick up on this message and start attacking our military, or some moron that's mentally unstable, dressed in drag in our military, ends up doing something like sabotaging our military because they have TDS. For you liberals, that means Trump derangement syndrome. I'm just, my goodness gracious, what is the matter with these people? That's treason. Of course, they hate this country. You could look at this senator, you look at him, you think, oh, he's credentialed, retired military senator and everything. No, the man hates this country. And he is listening to some spirit that is evil, and he's running with it. Oh, man, I sure hope they do follow through with the court-martial on this guy, Unc. Anyways, I'm mad as heck. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I hope we have a good football game on Saturday. Beat Auburn and roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. Pat Nelly, thank you very much for your voicemail. And many, many people feel your frustrations and have similar thoughts on this. Hello, caller.
Hey, good evening, Uncle.
Cliff, you are live on the radio.
Uncle Henry.
Yes.
Is there any doubt that the leftist and Democrat Party have a host of unenlightened, stupid people? They told them in their faces when they shut the federal government down, they pretty much didn't care about anybody starving. They are more concerned about power than anything. They need more voters. That's why they opened the border up to get, like my uncle said 45 years ago, to get some new black and poor Democrat voters up in here. Because us black folk, he was talking about 40 years ago, seeing how we were going to be drifting off doing something else. They're going to get some new, and he used the N-word and poor folks to come over here, and they're going to do what they say. And so now the Democrat Party, the leftists, the socialists, and the communists are out there rioting, killing, right in front of the black and poor in this country now. They're spending all this money to protect illegal immigrant gang members and everybody else that come across that border that are getting their money, but they're still enticing the stupid people of America saying that Donald Trump is this, Donald Trump is that. And the whole host of unenlightened, ignorant people are not going to get it. They're not the ones doing this. Most of us are smoking our weed, drinking our wine, and driving the wild. We ain't studying and shooting each other. We're not looking at that. But the bad part is everything that ever happened was caused by the Democrat Party. Okay, Henry?
Yes.
When they opened that border, we had thousands of illegal aliens over here working, not breaking the law, and doing good for 10 or 15 years. When they opened that border up for everybody to come through, they got caught in the cross. Now, the Democrat Party has done something again with welfare. When they shut the government down, now they open up scrutiny to find out exactly, they're looking for illegals, but they're finding out whoever else don't deserve welfare, so they messing with people that have been on welfare 20 years. They've been getting food stamps, so now they're in trouble. But the most of the ignorant people in this country don't understand that the Democrat Party really don't have their best interests in the heart, Uncle Henry.
You think anybody's going to learn anything from this?
No, because as you see now, they got morons trying to kill the National Guard. But I can tell you one thing: keep messing with the bull, Uncle Henry. You have a blessed day.
You have a blessed day too, Cliff. Thank you, Cliff, for your phone call to the Uncle Henry Show. Going to take a time out for some news headlines and then back with more Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
In Milton, watch for a crash on Chumuckla Highway at Adams Road. Also, watch for a crash with road blockage, Highway 90 at Spears Street. On Highway 98 from Daphne to I-10, it's an 8-minute drive. On Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, it's a 51-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, members save more. Thanksgiving Day, members get online-only early access to Black Friday doorbuster deals, like the high-essence side-by-side fridge, just $7.99. Valid 11/27 only on Lowe's.com. Ends midnight ET. Subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com for details.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Police say a suspect is in custody in the shooting of National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Sources say they were shot near the White House. Their conditions are unclear. The press secretary says the White House is aware and actively monitoring. Hundreds of National Guard members from the district and several states have been patrolling the nation's capital after President Trump issued an emergency order in the capital, federalizing the local police force and sending the Guard from 8 states and D.C. The Mobile County DA's office said charges have been corrected against a Mobile County man accused of trespassing onto Big Creek Lake. Raymond Andy Ellsworth now charged with unauthorized entry of a critical infrastructure instead of criminal trespass, 3rd degree. Now, unauthorized entry of a critical infrastructure carries a maximum penalty of a year in jail. According to court documents, Moz filed a new charge. A motion was filed to drop the trespassing charge. Ellsworth was arrested in late September. Ellsworth, among others, has been a vocal opponent to closing Big Creek Lake to recreational fishing. Moz maintains it's protecting the city of Mobile's biggest water supply from an invasive species it says is spread by fishermen. It is the busiest travel week of the year from now until December 1st. An estimated 82 million people expected to travel, with many of them choosing to fly. And for the thousands who are choosing the Pensacola Airport, they were relieved to see a short line through TSA. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. A suspect's in custody after 2 National Guard troops were shot near the White House this afternoon. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth saying that President Trump has asked him to deploy 500 additional troops to Washington, D.C.
We will never back down. We will secure our capital. We will secure our cities. In fact, this happened just steps away from the White House. It will not stand.
President Trump not in Washington. He's in Florida for the Thanksgiving holiday. He shared on Truth Social that the suspect is injured. Officials say the incident seems to have been targeted. Efforts to reach peace and a deal in the war between Russia and Ukraine continue as U.S. and Ukrainian envoys meet for talks. Republican Senator out of Missouri, Eric Schmidt, on Fox News Channel.
There was a lot of discussion about that 28-point plan going into the weekend or during the weekend. I think they've really narrowed sort of the open issues in the conversations with both Russia and Ukraine. So there's a lot of positives.
America's listening to Fox News.
If you're struggling with debt, YouTube viewers, if there's anybody left looking on YouTube, thank you for looking on YouTube. Let me do a quick check and see if there's anybody looking. Yeah, we got a small number of people. Hello to Pat Nelly. We love you too, Pat Nelly. Bill O'Dell. U.S. CG Wife 1. Hello to you. Hello to everyone looking in on, and Steve Summersell. Hello to you. Thank you all for looking in on the program. Let me see what I can tell you. Is there anything I can tell you about? Let's see on right now I'm trying to figure out, are these weird news stories weird enough? Oh, there is a new ABC News is claiming that there is a new trend of people adopting turkeys. Instead of cooking turkeys, adopting turkeys for Thanksgiving. Now, I'm suspicious of this because they're calling it a trend when I don't know anybody that's ever heard of this. Maybe you have. Maybe I've just missed it because my friend group does not adopt turkeys. But they're calling it a trend. Now, I don't know where is this a trend. But you don't actually get the turkey. You get photos and certificates. Pictures of the turkey and a certificate that you've paid for it. This is almost like sponsoring a child overseas, but you're sponsoring a turkey in this country. And sometimes you even get to go visit them one-on-one, I guess, if you sponsor it enough, if you adopt it enough. Hats off. I'm not wearing a hat, but if I were, hats off to whoever thought of this moneymaker. This is just a wonderful money-making scheme. The adopt a turkey for Thanksgiving. Animal sanctuaries.
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Uncle Henry Show, it's 5:35. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723 to call the Uncle Henry Show on this day before Thanksgiving. Lots of people in their final preparations. I know that my wife, hope she don't get mad at me for talking about her. But my wife, early this morning, I think it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, she started cooking stuff for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Some type of mysterious casserole. Now, I hope you don't mind. We've talked about some very serious things in the last half hour of the program, but I do want to listen to what Nick Saban, Nick Saban, and eventually, maybe later this year, I'll have to incorporate, like I used to do the Daily Reagan when I was doing mornings here on News Radio 710 WNTM. For many years, I would have a feature every morning called the Daily Reagan, and I would play a audio clip of Ronald Reagan. I might have to start doing the Daily Saban because he's got so many wonderful quotes and wonderful things that he said. And now he's talking all the time on ESPN, so there's now all this material that I could just have a Daily Saban every day, and I know that you would appreciate it. Even if you hate Saban and hate Alabama, it would be good for you to hear it. Even though you don't like it, it would be good for you to hear it. It would be kind of like audio castor oil. Even though you're reluctant to accept his wisdom, it would get into your head. Now, here's a little Nick Saban asked about what he likes to eat for Thanksgiving.
I was just curious if you have a favorite dish at Thanksgiving, and if there was anything you all might have had with your family growing up that would be unusual for most families at Thanksgiving.
Man, I just like turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, and lots of gravy. So but you know, that's how I am with everything. So, you know, every Thursday for 12 years before the radio show, so it gets moved up tonight, I have meatloaf, macaroni and cheese, green beans. It's as good as it gets. I mean, what else special do you want? I mean, throw a little cornbread in there if you need it. All right, see ya.
All right, see, very, very simple pleasures there for Thanksgiving. Turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, and lots of gravy. And you can tell that he's not thinking about food a lot. At that time, he had his mind on winning championships. And I'm sure it's the same now. He's got his mind on getting the best ratings possible for ESPN on College Game Day. So, Nick Saban on Thanksgiving. And I think every family should have turkey, dressing, mashed potatoes, and lots of gravy, like Nick Saban says. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, let's see. I'd shared some voicemails with you before in the last half hour of the show. I got a follow-up message from longtime caller Buford. Earlier this week, Buford left us a message about how he was struggling to find peppermints in gas stations. He loves to buy the basic peppermints, and he's been struggling to find them in gas stations. Well, he's phoned in an update for the peppermint lover that might be listening to the Uncle Henry Show.
Henry, this here's Buford. Henry, an update on my quest to find peppermints in these gas stations. Henry, I finally found me some peppermints in the General Dollar down there on Hollander's Island. Bought 5 bags of it. Mrs. Gifford was annoyed, but I told her, I said, well, I can't find the daggum things when I'm out and about. Henry talking to the cashier, and I asked him, I said, hey, there's something going on with the peppermints. I can't hardly find them in gas stations like I used to. Henry, I work out of a vehicle, so I go in 1 billion gas stations a day. Henry, the cashier told me that...
All right, now this is, I hope you understand, listener, this is wonderful information you're getting right here. Now, there's all these other talk shows where people are talking about these big ideas and concepts and political trends and this, that, and the other. But where can you hear this? Where can you hear about what's happening with the peppermints? I don't see peppermints ever talked about on any of the news stations. So what's going on? And this will be from the cashier. What's going on with the peppermints in our country?
1 billion gas stations a day. Henry, the cashier told me that they're getting harder and harder to find and to order. That they take longer and longer to come in when they order them. So, I don't know, Henry. You didn't know what was the cause of it, but...
All right, now, sorry to pause on. Do you think this could be a tariff situation? Has there been some tariff on a peppermint producing country? You're gonna have to do some research into this, because if they are getting harder and harder to find, and if you order them, it takes longer for them to get in. There must be. Has there been? I don't know where peppermint. Where do they grow it? Was there some type of massive peppermint drought in Belize or something? I mean, we need to find out about this.
You didn't know what was the cause of it, but they are harder for these stores to order. So, according to this cashier in the General Dollar, like everything else, the problem made over there in China, they end up sitting on a daggum ship in the middle of San Francisco Bay for months. Anyway, Henry, this is the sign of times we're in, I reckon. You have a good day.
Buford, thank you for opening up a new a new window in my world on this peppermint issue. And I love the idea that this was probably the only talk show in the country addressing the peppermint issue. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. That's Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. Now, we do have the Iron Bowl coming up this Saturday, 6:30 at night. Alabama traveling to Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn. And a lot of people, Alabama fans, a little nervous. Not all. I'm not as nervous as some, but some Alabama fans very nervous because Alabama's got everything to play for, and Auburn ain't got much to play for other than the satisfaction of beating Alabama and knocking Alabama out of a more fun postseason. I want to remind you, though, that some people don't care about the Iron Bowl at all. Here's an example of somebody that does not care about the Iron Bowl a bit.
Hey, Henry, this is how much I care about the Iron Bowl, and I'm from Alabama. Thursday, I'm going to Montgomery to look at the Turkey Day Classic against the Alabama State University and Tuskegee. Then I'll get a little rest Friday, and I'm going to the casino, and then I want to see the Grambling Saturday. I want to see the Grambling Southern game, the Bayou Classic in the Superdome in New Orleans. Who gives a you-know-what about an Iron Bowl? Just to let you know, everybody in Alabama don't care about that game. Bye.
All right. Yes.
Message deleted.
Not everybody in Alabama cares about the game, but enough people care about it that ABC decided to put it on at 6:30 at night, I believe, for the national college football viewer. So you may not care. There's a lot of viewers are going to be caring and watching Saturday night. There's more Uncle Henry Show to come after the break.
Time saver traffic from the main.
YouTube viewers, thank you for watching on YouTube. Oh, I know you want to hear the traffic report, don't you?
Watch for an accident in the left lane approaching the Loxley exit. Also an accident on North New Warrington Road at Old Quarryfield Road. And an accident in Milton with road blockage, Highway 90 at Spears Street. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
This report.
There you go. I know you really love Lisa Bakke. Now, let's see. You know, this is, I got one phone call from Cliff. This is I probably should make plans to not do the Uncle Henry Show the evening before Thanksgiving in the future. So I'll make a mental note to remember this for next year. But let me see. I know there's some people watching on YouTube. Yes, indeed, I see it. Now, Bama Big Man not feeling good about the Iron Bowl. Why not? Why not? Hey, Alabama's defense. I think Alabama's defense is gonna. Of course, I don't normally mention the Alabama defense these days, but they've actually done pretty good this year, statistically. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. But I do have unpleasant memories of going. I saw an Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare Stadium that Alabama did not win. It was a very unpleasant walk back to the car. It was a very unpleasant walk through that crowd wearing my Alabama clothes. It was unpleasant. All right, let's see. If you let's see, what do I have for the next segment of the show? Not much, but we'll make it. Today, one of the biggest drinking days of the year, statistically. Some bars claim that they do about 150% more business than usual the night before Thanksgiving. They call it Drinksgiving. They call it Blackout Wednesday. Because people usually, a lot of people end up going to where they came from for Thanksgiving. And when they get back in town, they reconnect with all their old friends and family. And the night before Thanksgiving, they decide to go have a couple of cocktails and catch up, find out what's going on. And it ends up being one of the biggest drinking nights of the year. Also, I think I read that tonight is one of the biggest delivery nights for food, because people don't want to cook for tonight because they're busy cooking for tomorrow. So going to be very busy out on the roads. If you have to get out on the roads tonight, be careful. Today is also Good Grief Day, a day to honor the birthday of Charles Schulz, the creator of Peanuts. Do children still watch that stuff? Do kids know who Snoopy is?
At the immediate coast. Then on Thanksgiving Day, afternoon temperatures cool in the middle 50s inland and low 60s close to the coast. Skies mainly sunny. We could see a light freeze in our inland areas Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso with Fox 10 in this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. We'll explain how the Goo Goo Cluster became Nashville's official candy. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710 WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
The Uncle Henry Show, it's 5:50. News headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. That's Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com.
Hi, Uncle Henry. You know who this is.
Yes.
Hey, I was just calling to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and especially you.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Uncle Henry.
Thank you.
And Uncle Henry.
Yes.
Don't forget, I would like to tell one of my good buddies, one of my good friends up in Saraland, Jim, happy Thanksgiving. You go there. And Uncle Henry, like I say, I'm starting my vacation, and I'll be on vacation at exactly 11:30 Tuesday. When you get this message, I will be getting ready for my vacation, and I will be spending it in Atmore. I have a room up there from Tuesday night until Saturday. Saturday, I will be leaving Atmore, really, casino. Once again, I wish everybody out there in Uncle Henry land, Uncle Henry radio land, everywhere, happy Thanksgiving. Be careful. Don't get on the road drinking.
Message deleted. Very good. Thank you very much for the happy Thanksgiving message, and happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody else that is listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Let's see, and he mentioned don't drink and drive. That's a good idea all the time, especially tonight when they have so many people that are out and about drinking the night before Thanksgiving. I was looking, I rarely do this, but I was looking at celebrity birthdays today. And today, Rich Little. Do you remember Rich Little? Rich Little, the celebrity impressionist. Rich Little is 87 years old. Rich Little's still alive, 87 years old. And I know a few years ago, he was still doing a show in Las Vegas. Now, I've never been to Las Vegas. I'm not attracted to it. No offense to all of the things they have going on in Las Vegas, but I'm not attracted to gambling in any way, shape, or form. So there's not much of a reason for me to go out there. But I saw a few years ago that Rich Little was still doing a show. And he would have, I guess this was like when he was 80, maybe 84, 83 years old. And I thought, well, if I was ever in Las Vegas, I would want to go see 80-something-year-old Rich Little do his show, whatever it is today. Because think about it. He's 87. His main talent that propelled him to fame is his ability to do impressions of celebrities and do their voices. The question I would have is, are all the people that Rich Little does impressions of, are they all passed away? Does he do any impressions of a living person? It may be that his entire act has already passed away. I know that's an odd thing to think about here at the end of this hour on the evening before Thanksgiving, but that's the kind of thing that just popped into my head. I thought, well, Rich Little, 87, he's 87. I wonder if he does impressions of actually living people. Well, if he's still alive, I'm gonna get a message out there and try and get the answer. So anyway, here we are. Almost out of time here on the Uncle Henry Show for this hour. There's more Uncle Henry Show coming up in the next segment, the next half hour. I've got some voicemail I want to get into, some news items that I want to get into. So there is more Uncle Henry Show coming up after 6 o'clock, after the 6 o'clock news. I do want to let you know that I will not be here doing a show tomorrow, of course, Thanksgiving, and I will not be here Friday, the day after. That's a good day to take off when you're somebody like me that likes to see an occasional college football game. So I will be off the next 2 days, and I will return back to the Uncle Henry Show Monday of next week. And I hope that things have calmed down after Thanksgiving. Again, if you want to listen to previous episodes of this show, they're available as podcasts. You can find the Uncle Henry Show podcast on the iHeartRadio app. Just look for Uncle Henry Show. Or you can go right to our website, newsradio710.com. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be right back after the news break here on News Radio 710 WNTF.
This is House Call for Health. The holiday season has arrived, but for many, it's not always a cheery time.
YouTube viewers, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hope we see each other again Monday. I predict an Alabama victory.
Set when celebrations don't live up to expectations. It's okay. Imperfection is healthy and normal. It might just take a little practice to understand that. Tip 2. don't lose sight of what really counts. It's a hectic time that can be overwhelming. So they suggest asking yourself, where does this fit in with the grand scheme of things? Can I use this moment of frustration as an opportunity to reflect? Even if this moment seems stressful, can I find a way to make it pleasant? And then